everybody, this is Money Mom. Welcome back to the channel. Tuesday Personal Growth. I wanted to talk to you guys about you are what you think about. Let's get started. I know we've heard this discussion before, but lately I've just been thinking a lot about it. Some of you wonder how I come up with some of my video ideas. Many times I just start thinking about things. I get out my notebook, which basically has 5 subjects, and I just start jotting things down, and I feel led to talk about it for some reason. I'm not sure if any of you think about this, but what is our thought life? And sometimes our thoughts can work for us or against us. They can make us or break us. The sad thing is so much of the time, and I wrote this down to tell you, I have spent way too much of my life worried about what everyone else thinks about me. And that's the issue that can really break us sometimes, is we try to conform. I remember when I used to pass out samples, and I know this is kind of a silly example, but I would pass out samples to people at the grocery store. And so there'd be 2 people coming up, and I'd ask one person, "Hi, come on over and try a sample of, Adele's gourmet sausage." And then they would look at the person next to them to see if they're going to eat a sample. They wanted one, but if the person next to them didn't have one or said no thank you, then they would feel like they had to say no thank you. Even though and I know that might seem like a silly analogy, but that's kind of getting where I'm getting with that discussion, is that we are what we think about, and many times we are so concerned about what everyone else thinks about us. And I know I've discussed that in many videos. I wanted to tell you how some of the ways that my thoughts have worked for me and some of the ways some of my thoughts have worked against me. Some of the ways that my thoughts have worked for me is, we have beliefs that we think, and we think about things and we believe them like they're true. For example, I've always thought I'm going to have a lot of friends and I'm going to have a lot of good friends. Well, guess what? I do have a lot of wonderful friends. Also, I've always believed that God will always provide. I will never have to go without, be late on a bill, or have any kind of situation where I'm unable to take care of an emergency. Guess what? I've always had money for everything that I need. Number 3, my health. I've always told myself, I don't have time to be sick. I feel good. And when other people are like, "Oh, you need to get your flu shot. Oh, everyone's coming down with the flu. Oh, it's dangerous. Oh," I'm like, I'm feeling fine. I'm too busy to be sick. I'm feeling great. Guess what? I never get sick. So I really believe those things. That is part of my thought life, and I believe it strongly. But your thought life can work against you. You guys know, now I'm starting to drive again. Well, forever I kept thinking and I kept believing, well, some people aren't meant to drive, and I'm just one of those people. I just shouldn't be on the road since it makes me nervous. And I would make excuses for myself. Well, for some reason, I just really feel led to drive, and I felt like it was time. I've already had 2 driving lessons with my husband, and guess what? Even on the second lesson, I did much better than the first lesson. So I'm going to continue with it, and I'll keep you guys updated. Also, technology. I like to stick with what I know, and I don't like to veer out. So I think, well, you know what? I just am comfortable knowing what I know, and I'm not sure that I'm really able. I'm a slow learner, and it takes me a while to learn. Growing up, I was told that I was a slow learner, so it's something that I've believed from childhood. Also, my weight. You know what? I always gain the weight back, so what's the point? So I've worried about that. The other thing is fear has kept me from a lot of things. And one thing I've given up watching is crime shows and news and things like that. Because what happens is I end up having bad dreams, and I end up becoming more fearful and worrisome in other areas of my life. Also, last but not least, which I already touched on at the beginning of the video, caring too much what others think. That's something that I'm constantly working on, is really living my life the way I want and not living to somebody else's agenda. Let me ask you guys, what do you think about? What thoughts are in your head or beliefs you have about yourself that you would like to turn around, turn a new leaf, and change? I want to hear from you in the comments below. This is Money Mom signing off, and as always, I love you. Bye-bye.